Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Well, fall's just around the corner, and most of the heat of the summer is gone now, though today is a bit of an exception. It's quite warm. And I've been getting back in the shop trying to figure out what projects I want to start working on. I mean, a lot of stuff got put on the back burner because of the summer heat, and also because during the summer I do a lot of outdoor work, a lot of construction, condominium repairs, that sort of stuff is all almost exclusively outside, and I've been very, very busy. So, like I said, I sat down and figured out what do I want to do, and then something I need to have done came up first, and that's this. The other business I run is I custom build, maintain aquariums for offices, and what I do is I breed an awful lot of the fish that I supply to the aquariums, mostly because, well, first off, I like doing it, and secondly, buying fish is really, really expensive, and raising them is much cheaper. And one of the things I do for that is I raise, culture, I guess I should say, an awful lot of live food. And I have a few jars of that kicking around now, and I want to get it out of the way. I want it up on a shelf so that I can free up space for doing other things. And that's what this is all about. I'm going to make a quick, simple, easy shelf that I'm going to attach up into the floor joists in my basement, and that is going to, like I said, free up a bunch of shelf space and hopefully not take up too much time to put together. This kind of worked out kind of funny. This is offcut. I did a lot of window trim repairs. Required a bunch of rough pine, and these two pieces cut in half, even allowing for the saw blade, worked out to be exactly what I needed for the width of those things. So that was actually kind of cool. Now this is a piece of, this is also demonstrating a bunch of other things here, by the way. I need to really work on my table saw stop. You can see I'm using a piece of also pine held together with clamps. As you can see, the glue I used, it was CA glue that was activated, and it was doing really well with the aluminum for a while. But after a bit of time using it, I can't remember exactly how long I've been using this, it's all let go. And it's not acceptable. So you don't do a whole lot of length trimming like this, or width, I guess you should say. But it is necessary for me to fix that, because that's just not right. So yes, I got to do that, and like I said, a whole pile of other projects. So one of the things I need to do here is these are going to, basically that shelf you saw there is going to have 4 of these as uprights going up to the joists, and that's going to, first off, give it at the correct height from the floor joists and above the workbench where they're going to go, and also, hopefully be strong enough and everything. So I'm going to drill 4 holes in total. I'm going to show you a few of them here. These are the ones that are going to attach to the floor joist. Not really that critical. So what I did is this piece that you see in the clamp is just a offcut, and I put it just slightly below the jaws so that I can just pop in these pieces, drill through quickly, and get the holes I need. And these screw holes are just enough so that the screws I'm going to use will just pop in, and I don't have to worry about splitting the wood, because this is just rough pine, and also because, like I said, I want to make this as quick as possible. This is another little thing I've been doing lately. You can see right there in the middle on the bottom is that screw is very common, and it's number 10, and I use that an awful lot for various things, and that particular drill bit size is enough that it'll give a bit of a friction fit so they won't fall out. And also, I won't, like I said, split the wood or anything. And as you can see, that I drilled 2 other holes on the other end of it, and these are at 3/8, which is halfway through the 3/4 inch piece of plywood. And I'm just going to use another piece of 3/4 inch plywood here, and just hold them in place while I just quickly screw these all together. Like I said, this is just quick and simple, and it is nice. That's the nice thing about it. First off, of course, because I'm just using scrap wood, and secondly because it doesn't take a whole lot of time. So yeah, I'm going to screw these in, not even using a clamp. I know I should probably have clamped these. As you can see, it is moving around just a little bit, but it wasn't enough for it to be of any real concern, because first off, this is not critical. All I need to have is this be secure, and level, and the rest of that mostly is going to happen while I install it. So yeah, I'm going to put these together quickly here and then get to hopefully installing it. And while I'm doing that, I want to talk a little bit about some of the projects I want to do. Well, first and foremost is I've been working on a different way of putting guides on my table saw. I'm going to take off the wood that you see there to the left and just a little bit in the upper right. They're going to come off. And I'm going to switch instead to using aluminum and probably make some brass fittings for it. And I can make something a little bit more permanent. That is one of the projects I want to do. There's a few things I want to work on. I do have a lot of drawers. I mean, I've been doing a lot of acrylic ones, but I do have a fair number of wooden ones as well. And I want to work a little bit more on making them a bit more smooth. They're perfectly fine because they're just shop drawers. But I thought I want to work on that a little bit, trying to get that to be a little bit more user-friendly. Again, not a big deal because it's just me, but just in case other things come up. And the other thing I want to work on is I started working on making a portable workbench quite some time ago now, and I do want to finish that up. I have a bunch of ideas for being able to clamp stuff, because using your toolbox as a pseudo workbench is not a good idea. It doesn't look right. So I want to put something together roughly maybe about about the size of this thing here. Put some holes in it, places for pegs and stuff, and make it much more user-friendly. So this is where that shelf's going to go. You can see there's one of the jars. This is the other end of my shop, which is my fish room. And like I said, I keep an awful lot of fish tanks, raise an awful lot of fish, and I just need to get as much stuff out of the way as possible. Now, in the last clip, you saw a little makeshift stand I used. I had that up in the air, not so much to get out of the way, but it put the culture up in the light so I could see how it was doing, and that's where I just kept it. So I decided what I could do to make this a lot simpler is I cut that, and it is now cut at the right height. When I flip it over the other way around, that it will hold it at the right level. And because it has that nice platform there, this will be really quite straightforward and simple to install. Well, at least that's the plan anyway. It is always difficult when you're working by yourself to try and get everything to do what it's supposed to do, get it where it's supposed to go, and the minimal of banging stuff around. So I'm going to get this centered where I want it in the floor joist. In the end, I move this to about 6 inches to the right. And I also had to trim off one of the cross pieces on the floor joist because it was just in the way. It was just hanging, a little bit extra was hanging on there, and that made this much simpler. Now all I need to do is drive a screw in, and then what I'm going to do is, you're going to see here a little nudging. What I'm doing is I am tapping that little makeshift platform, and I have a level on top of that, and I'm just knocking it over enough to bring it up to complete level. And then I'm just going to drive one more screw in here, and then do the exact rinse and repeat process for the two in the front. Get all 8 screws in place, and that's basically it. It went together relatively quickly, minimal amounts of issues as far as that. You can see how it's a little tilted right there, and that's to bring it up to level here. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Leave comments, let me know what you think about all this. If you're interested at all, let me know, and I'll leave a link to this my other channel for it being used. And other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.